think I'm going first.
Yeah.
No. Goodness. Thank you.
Robert, you never get upset. You are just always so pleasant to work with. And one thing I've noticed is you will do anything from selling cars to ordering flowers or whatever. Most of the time, he'll just call me and say, "Do you have the phone number for this?" And then he'll handle it, you know. And he's always a professional, and he's always happy. And he's just always so pleasant. And the girls and I really have gone back and forth and phone calls and emails, which we like mostly, guys. Thank you very much.
And quick responses.
And y'all all, Robert exemplifies what I think a general manager should be.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you. It really does. Thank you.
All right. Kind of what Lois said, 10 years. Part of what she was saying about him being pleasant to work with is because he's created an environment that makes this a great place to work. And part of that is the Huffines values, it's Robert's values, which makes Huffines one of the top 100 places to work for in the Metroplex. So I'm very proud that I work here. We all respect him as a leader. He values our opinions. He's a very good teacher whenever we have any questions. And, you know, I just hope he stays here longer until the time for me to go. But it's a pleasure to work with. We really enjoy it.
What do you mean by go?
You don't really enjoy it.
You mean like die?
I just said just
No.
a couple of words.
I just want to add that to me, you are Huffines. And I couldn't imagine working anywhere else for anybody else
Yeah.
because you're that great a guy to work for.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
I'll go ahead and start. Well, it's been 10 years. In the 10 years, I'm very happy that I've been able to share 6 of those years with him. You know, in the mornings when I come in, I'm very process oriented, and one of the things I do is I come in, I put my stuff at my desk, and as I walk down to get my coffee, I always peek inside to see if he's here or not. Okay, and at that point, I'm already thinking, okay, what are we going to talk about? So I get my coffee, come back, and he's always pecking away at his computer. And so we come back, and I'll sit down, and he'll stop. And half the time I tell myself, okay, I don't know what he was doing, but he'll stop and sit down. We'll talk anything from a recipe or business or whatever it is, right? And then we leave, and now I can continue my day. But what he doesn't know is that it's something I look forward to. Anyway, okay, I put here that we've both been exposed to a lot of great people in our lives, and with that we come up with the different things that we've learned from our different bosses. But today it's about his qualities and talking about him. And one of the best things I've seen is that he's just a man that rules with a good heart, and that's the big difference between someone that doesn't, right? And he inspires us, but by showing us our best qualities. And so we get our own qualities, and he gets those, and he inspires by giving us ideas on how to use those. So that's something that stands out. And one of the last things I wanted to bring up is that, and comment on what you said, 6 years ago when we went through a real bad situation of the economy and all that, we lost Chrysler, we didn't have a used car manager, we went down through a lot of things, but it was never a doubt that we'd make it, because we'd look and Robert would basically also put on his different hat every time. We'd be out of this person or that person, and he'd be switching positions, and we would just be covering everything we could until we were able to get out of that. So anyway, it boils down to he leads by example, not by words, and he's a man to be proud of and a friend to keep.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Gary.
Well, what can you say about Otis?
Who could forget what's his name?
Me and Robert, I look in this room and man, I've known him longer than I guess anybody in this room. We started the same day.
That's right.
Didn't even know each other at another place. And he was already seasoned. I was a rookie, and we just kind of worked through it. But it's hard to. I don't know what to say. He's a great man.
Well, 4 years ago, he interviewed me, assistant manager at the Chevy store, and was asked to, I was asked to say, hey, could you run the pre-owned department and super department? We didn't know each other. We looked at each other and said, well, we'll do our best at it. So, here we are, 4.5 years later. We've grown tremendously. He's helped me change my perspective on things. Before, when I made a mistake or did something wrong, it was beat myself up. I made a mistake, and Robert's helped me change some of those words. Is instead of making a mistake or screwing up, it's use this as a learning experience. Or one of his favorite ones, which I couldn't stand for like 2 years, was here's an area of opportunity. That's when I was not doing well in the pre-owned department. I had lots of areas of opportunity. So, he's also changed my perspective on how to marinate a ribeye. When it comes down to his steaks, he's phenomenal. We all look forward to steak day here at Huffines, so Robert does great with that.
Have to get to do that again soon.
Yeah, exactly. That's
We've got to, you reminded us of that.
You think of a GM, you think of someone that's going to show up every day and tell you how to do things, and Robert doesn't do that. He's real easy to take your opinion and tell you, what, run with it, and supportive. That's huge. From what we've done down there, I've had to come with him with several ideas on opportunities, and he's the type of person that just lets you make a mistake or have an area of opportunity, or he's constantly there for you. So, when I came here, I looked at Robert as my boss, and with him doing Bible study and spending those mornings, like Phil said, in his office, just catching up, talking about our kids, talking about our family. Just sharing ideas with each other. He's turned from a boss to a manager. I look at him as my friend. All the hard work and effort that he's put in here, even prior to me, 4.5 years coming here, shows, his leadership and his abilities. And that's something that as a leader, myself, it's always great to have someone to look up to. And so we've got someone right here at our doors. So I want to thank you for that, Robert.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm really excited and just honored to be able to present this 10-year award to you, Robert.
Thank you.
Robert has been said, Robert is a great team player, and he is all about the team. But not only that, he is a Huffines team player. Because there are a lot of car people out there that got a lot of experience, that can do things, but they really wouldn't fit in with Huffines. But Robert does. Robert is a Huffines guy. It fits our culture, and he's done a great job of developing that culture at this dealership. This dealership has very low turnover, and that's really a tribute to leadership. And Robert is a great leader. And I could go on and talk about the great qualities that have already been mentioned, but Robert cares about people. He has the right heart. It comes from within. And for that, we are very, very grateful and thankful, and we honor you. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Here's your certificate.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And your 10-year badge.
Wow, 10 years.
Robert has chosen
Put that over here.
watch. Better not pour it out, really not fall, but there we go.
I'm a weirdo for watches. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Well, gosh, Karen Mendez emailed me earlier and wanted to wish me a happy anniversary, and she said, I can't believe it's been a decade. And I emailed her back and I said, don't say decade. That's scary, But 10 years, it is unbelievable that it has been that long. It does not seem like it. And all I can say is just, time flies when you're having fun. And I told Eric earlier, he called me and I said, my wife, a lot of times she asks me, why are you in such a hurry to leave, or you got some extra time? And I'm like, no, I just need to I'm ready to go to work, so it's fun. I like going to work. And a lot of that, a huge part of it is just the people that I work with and for. I look back on 10 years and I have grown so much when I look back at it. I mean, I've grown older, obviously, 10 years. But just in the knowledge of the business, from you guys at the top, you and Eric and Bill, and from our accounting people to the people that I work with, I've grown in a huge knowledge of the business. And there's a lot of places that doesn't take place. There are a lot of car dealerships, I think, or companies in particular, where that's just not something that they worry about, growing people, and that's not the case here. So I've grown a ton. We have all the tools. You provide all the tools. You provide incredible leadership to fuel that growth. I've grown in how to treat customers and how to treat team members. I've just learned so much from you about that, and I hope that I'm passing that on to our managers and our team members here. You know, this is weird to say, and of course, a lot of people. I mean, I think weird in most car dealerships to say that I've grown in my faith since I've been here, and that is also a direct result of opportunities that you've made available. I mean, Ray. And I'll use my little platform to pitch our Bible study guys. You know, next one in the spring, I want some new faces, and you know, it's not about religion. It's about life. You know, and being a better person, better father, better husband, better child to your parents, whatever. But you know, those opportunities were presented here, which is incredible. So it's been a blast. I appreciate all the ways that y'all support me. It's just incredible. I'll tell you just a quick story. I'm a weird guy from about that tall. I knew I wanted to do something with cars. Some of our closest friends when I was growing up in Wichita Falls was the general manager of the Chrysler Plymouth dealership there. And that was the highlight of my week or month when my dad would take me down there to visit Al. And Al even brought me to a car auction when I was probably in third grade. I was so fascinated. He brought me. He used to come up to Dallas to buy used cars for their lot, and he took me with him. And I was just fascinated by it, you know. So I had a huge collection of Matchbox cars. I still have some of them. And when I would play cars with my friends, which is the main thing I like to do, I had all the cars. They had to get their cars from me, you know. So it's just it just was meant to be.
He's still the same.
Yeah, got all the cards.
I was led here, and it was the right place to be. My wife texted me earlier and said, I just was thinking about you and just want to let you know that going to work at Huffines was the second best decision you ever made. And that's absolutely right. So thank all of y'all. Thank you just for all the ways that you support me. You know, it just, if I didn't have that support, you know, Anthony talked a little bit, and it has to do with growing, about, you know, making mistakes. And that's another thing that your management style allows us to make mistakes sometimes and learn from them, instead of, you know, I don't know, beating us over the head. Yeah, or whatever, the alternative. So that just makes it a great atmosphere, and just appreciate all of y'all. And I'm looking forward to being here another decade, I hope. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank y'all very much for coming. Thank y'all for leaving your post. Appreciate everything. All of your kind words. Thank you, Mike.
I want to hug.
Thank you. You bet. You bet. Thank you.
We're so proud of you. So proud.
When you came up here, you shouldn't have done that, but thank you for doing that. I appreciate
Thank you for bringing the barbecue. Thanks for putting up with me for 9 years.
it. Well, we want to get you back. We need to get you back.
Bring me some more barbecue. I wanted to say something, but the camera moving around.
Thank you.
One more year for me.